Right. Good evening, people. Super Rugby. If you can still call it Super Rugby, we're still calling it Super Rugby. Super Rugby AU. On Stan Sports. This coverage has been going for bloody ages. I have only just really tuned in. I got a bit of a heart attack when I first turned on the telly 40 minutes ago, and they had already started coverage. I guess they are going full bore on the rugby coverage on the new channel. How's everybody doing? Alaran is here. Long time to see, man. Novmam, Cayenne? Rodri, Crazy NZ. Marnus is back in Queensland. Diamundi says, let's go Reds. Lindsay's in Brisbane. How is it going, everybody? I think it's beer time. It's been a while. I keep doing morning streams with all the European games. It's nice to have a game on at beer drinking time for a change. Adrian's in South Africa. How is it going? Big V8 show. Did I just see G-Man? Oh, G-Man stuck at work. All right, man. Catch up. You can watch the next game maybe because I'll be in bed for that one. Enjoy the rest of your day, bub. We need to catch up soon. JC, how's it going? Hank is in the States. It's 12:45 a.m. That's commitment, man. Big Will, how is it going? Are you on the beers or are you staying liquor free with your missus? No rugby past his big V8 show. What's that mean? It's not being shown yet? Kakinen, how's it going? Marky, I know my mother calls me Marky. Cabbage Patch came from Formula 1. You're stream hopping. Ben, long time no see. A GM HD free to air. That's true. JC's got Reds by 7. Ruben is at work. Like G-Man. Brandon, how is it? Oh, Big Will. Get in there, son. Cheers, brother. Big Will says, up the Reds. Good to see Super Rugby AU back. Yeah, buddy. Indeed, I agree with you. Oh, that's good. That's very good. And there's an ad for beer on. All of the ads for Asahi. Thank you, Big Will, man. I hope you're having a beer. Otherwise, have a fruit cocktail. Highlanders beat the Canes in the pre-season. They did. Rugby Pass doesn't have the rights for some reason. That's madness. What is going on? Apparently, one person on Patreon did send me a message to say VPN to Stan Sports works. And Stan Sports is doing a trial period, like a 30-day free trial. So if you're looking for a way to stream it and you got a VPN, that's the way. I was about to do this game while not showing any footage, but my channel received a copyright strike. Goodness me, I don't know, man. Avoid loud volume on your stream. Can't watch the match, Rugby Pass not showing. Jeez, that's a bugger. Rugby Pass has been a bit of a shocker recently, hasn't it? Alaran's getting ready for another season of the Chiefs having a hard time. With Big Will's on the beers. Good man. That's worthy of giving your missus $100. The guys are in the sheds. They're getting ready to come out in a minute. Cheers to the Peroni. There you go. Just turning in with your office wine. Take what you can get, man. Good to have Super Rugby back. Just wished it was streamed to the UK. Indeed. Like I said, I think the only way I've seen is VPN to Stan Sports, but I might test that myself. Can't find the game. Doesn't Sky show Super League? Apparently Sky in the UK has not got the rights yet, so it's a bit of a weird one. Rugby Pass seems to alternate between having Southern Hemisphere competitions and the Northern ones. I don't know what's going on with those jokers, to be honest. Daramundi's drinking the Great Northern. I've still not seen any Great Northern around my part of the woods. I need to keep exploring. I can get more South African beers here than I can get Aussie ones. It's weird. Curious how Stan Sport will manage with the load of people watching the games live. You reckon it's going to draw in big numbers? They used to show it on Sky in the UK. Yeah, they seem to have. Apparently, they haven't made an agreement for Sky to do Aotearoa or AU as yet. We are still kind of waiting to see what happens. Let's go Red, says Hachibar. I only just realised how absolutely stacked their backline is. They have quite the team. Yep. I reckon they should win this one. I've picked the Reds. Novmum's got the Reds by 11. I think I picked them by 9. No UK broadcast at all. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a thing from what I saw. See if you can ship me some Great Northern. Don't bother, man. I wish. Every time people, like 2 guys have tried to ship me beer and it's never arrived. I refuse to believe 2 packages that just happened to be beer both went missing. I don't think you're allowed. Maybe it's worth asking customs, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be allowed. I've had Welsh and Argentinian beer go missing. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Not a chance Tars are winning this one. Is that not a chance, comma, the Tars are winning this one, or not a chance the Tars are winning this one? They should be able to log into 9 Live and stream with a VPN. If 9 Live is a thing, if you're able to stream on 9, then yeah, do that. I've been told, like I said, by one reliable source that the VPN works with Stan, but I haven't heard about 9. Reds by at least 10. Waratahs are bang average, not a great team anymore. They're a young team, the Waratahs. Young side. That being said, the Reds are not much older. But yeah, we will see. With a comma. Okay, fair enough, Tane. I failed maths, so there we go. We all failed something. Probably not. There's probably some geniuses here. Ben says, here come the Reds. Oh, yeah. I'm definitely backing the Reds for this one, boys and girls. Tate McDermott versus Jake Gordon as a tasty contest. Who would you pick, Mr. 8-Ball? Based on last season's form, I am a haircut man 100%. That was Grant Schwartz's nickname for our man Tate McDermott. It's a pretty appropriate one because he's always had a bit of a nasty haircut. But yep, Tate McDermott all the way. Thoughts on Pataya on the wing? I like him on the wing. Yeah, less pressure on him on the wing compared to a centre, but whether he has to do any kicking will remain to be seen. We have just kicked off. Sean Maloney seems to be doing the commentary tonight. Got to get my brain in the mode for Super Rugby AU, which means 50-20s, 22-50s, goal line dropouts, all that jazz. What's the one thing you learnt in maths that makes you think, what was the point of learning it? I'll never use that in life. So, what was that? Something equations. Was it quadratic equations? The ones, simultaneous equations? I think it's quadratic equations. I was like, I'm never going to use this ever in my life. Once they started putting letters in with the maths class, that's when I started to check out. If I wanted letters, I would have been in English class. What can I say? Oh, big hit from Harry Wilson. We are 1 minute and 5 seconds into the game. There was advantage for the Tars, so we'll go back for the advantage. You guys are delayed. Goodness me. I'm in a different country. You guys should be ahead of me. But then again, you're in Western Australia, so maybe you're further away? I don't know. How many hours flight are you from Brisbane? I think I'm like 3.5. Mine would be the area of a circle, binomial theorems and differentiation. All pointless. Yeah, I think by the time I got to second or third year high school, I was like, none of this stuff is practical. I mean, you could say that about a lot of things that you learn at school, but I don't know. At least if you know some history, you can show off with stupid facts every now and again. You can understand the history of your... oh, Jay Gordon! Goodness gracious me. Well, did I say I'd take haircut? I'll take Gordon all the way to the bank. Look at that. What a flying start from the Tars. It's been all Tars. God, they're playing with pace. Maddox with the offload to the ground, and he goes around the corner. Nobody's there. Too easy for the Tars. Yeah, where the hell was Pataya? Did he come in the previous phase? Jeez, that didn't take long. Super Rugby, man. We're back. Mark, how's it going? Grant, good morning, sir. It's beer o'clock over here. Area of a circle is critical. How else can you work out pizza value? There you go. That's actually pretty useful. What's going on here? Don't tell me TMO's going to chalk that one off. 1 a.m. Goodness gracious, Mark. That's commitment. No, the TMO's not looking. Okay, I got no idea what's going on. Lucky sod, I know. I've been doing European games, drinking coffee, so it's kind of refreshing to have a beer for a change. Nov Mum, I'm going to go to bed for the next game. I'll watch it in the morning. I thought about it, but this week I will give it a miss. As a Canes fan, I thought Barrett to the Blues was wrong, but as a Rebels fan, Maddox at the Tars is borderline criminal. I think he's a New South Welshman, so he's going back home. I need to update the whiteboard instead of just focusing on drinking beers. And it was a great conversion, which I failed to mention as well. It is 7 points to 0. Sky Sports not renewing the deal with Sansa. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, man. I don't know what the deal is. I would have thought they would have worked something out by now. I didn't see if ESPN Plus ended up listing it last minute in the States either. Is anybody watching in the States? I checked like 6 or 8 hours ago and it wasn't there, that's for sure. The Reds have actually got the ball for a change if you're not watching. Advantage for the Reds. Fair amount of algebra is needed to figure out the points for World Cups. Other than that, you're solid. Still checking ESPN Plus. Nah, it's not listed on ESPN Plus. Geez, this is early. What time is it where you are? It's like 10 p.m. here. Would this be on Sky in the UK? It would have been as of last year, but apparently they haven't come to a deal yet. So it's not got a broadcaster in the UK, which is madness. Like, we live in the year 2021, where there's all kinds of amazing ways to watch content, but they can't get it done? What? 9 a.m. in Ireland. Okay, that's breakfast time. Well, for me, with my 2 young children, that's I've already been up for like 3 hours time. Brunch. Connor's just nailed a penalty. Oh well, both sides have scored points from their trips down to the other team's end, so happy days thus far. Happier if you're a Waratahs fan so far. Brumbies have a very tough title defence, having lost Joe Powell and Kurandrani and Tony Pulu, although he was a bit of a bit part player. I think once Nick White came along, Joe Powell's days were numbered. 5 p.m. in Western Australia, half of my mates are off to the Force game tonight. Nice. That I'm definitely going to watch that one first thing tomorrow morning. I'm not going to check my phone. I'm going to do the spoiler-free thing. So I will watch it as soon as I can. Sheer madness. We're caught up in a stupid bidding war right now. I can't find any streams to show the game. BT Sports might be the best option for Super Rugby in the UK and Ireland because it has a lot of Southern Hemisphere sport on its platform already. With BT Sport, Sky Sports, are there others like sporting services? Surely someone should have it. Goodness me, here come the Reds. Oh my goodness, this is a optional defence game. The Reds have just gone into the lead. Every 2 cent stream has a subtopic here. Sometimes it's beers. Apparently today is about maths. Goodness me, this game. Line out. Reds. Haircut. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson beats his first man, which is not unusual. Haircut, quick ball. Jock on the wrong side, the blind side. Pattaya beats his first man. Offload and pass. And then pass. Is that last pass forward though? To make it even worse, Australian sports channels are showing Japanese top league as well. It takes the mic. I'm thinking about doing a top league stream tomorrow because we've got the top league on here tomorrow as well. I've never seen a top league game. I'm tempted to watch it. What do you guys reckon? Looks like a forward pass to me anyway. Try stance. Okay. Backwards out of the hands, maybe? I don't know. That's one of those ones where you'd be aggrieved if you're a Tars fan, but happy if you're a Reds fan. Kaikanen loves Perth. What's so good about Perth? I've never been to Perth. Perth feels pretty far away. But the Honey Badgers seem to think it was pretty nice. He's got it. Backwards out of the hands. Yeah. Be interesting to see from this angle. Yeah, it doesn't look bad from that angle. Do the top league if you can't do it tomorrow. Do it on Sunday. I think both games are 6 p.m. our time in New Zealand. Yeah, Simon, I think it's a good idea, man. I might have a look. It could be quite fun. Perth sunnier than Sydney. Same time zone as China, I think. I used to love the Force when I lived in China. Anytime the Force were playing, it was a game at perfect o'clock because the New Zealand games were always on when I was at work. Perth is awesome. Perth is far away even in Australia. Nice. knock on by the Reds will have a scrum. I think it's where it's situated, how modern looking it is. Also, the quality of living would be very high, second behind Sydney. Waratahs will start super fast, build a lead early. Reds, Alberkoff, Uno, reverse card. Man, I haven't played Uno in a long time. I probably haven't played Uno in 10 years, I'm going to say. Interestingly, here in New Zealand, we have a game which has to be ripped off from Uno called Last Card, where you pretty much play the same game as Uno, but using a regular deck of cards. And all the cards have the similar, like I think a 5 is pick up 5, a 2 is pick up 2, so it's just kind of a rip-off of Uno. But there's like a reverse and change suits and all that kind of stuff. Somebody who couldn't afford a deck of Uno cards must have come up with that one. Unless they ripped off that game. Nah, Uno would have come first. Anyone know how to watch in the UK? Nah, man. Doesn't seem there is a broadcaster. It's what I read in the news today, that there's not been a deal agreed yet with any of the UK broadcasters, which is very disappointing. Grant, man, what's up? YOLO, what's up? We're on the beers tonight. Better than the coffees. With Stan doubling down on rugby, I hope they pick up the Pro 14 and the Top 14. Does the Pro 14 or Top 14 have a broadcaster in Australia at the minute? Oh, Maddox ran into his own man. There's a bit of obstruction. Reds have booted it. Great kick. They'll have some good attacking play outside the Tars. 22. Hick, yes. What channel are you watching this on? I am watching this on Sky Sports New Zealand, who has coverage. Like I said earlier in the stream, I have heard if you've got a VPN, if you jump onto Australia, Stan Sports have a trial that you can do, so you may be able to jump on the Australian site to watch. There are always illicit measures, how I do not condone, advocate, or profit from privacy, says Kenneth. Kenneth, I will always take a paid stream over a pirate stream, but if you don't give me any way to watch it, I may resort to it. Holy crap, the Reds have scored again. Bloody hell. No, Rory, I don't have any top league jerseys. I do have a top league flag floating around somewhere. I'm thinking about watching a top league game tomorrow. Pro 14's on Rugby Pass in Australia. There you go. Quick ball from the Reds, man. How the hell did he get through like 4 guys? That's poor from the Tars. He was on his own. He didn't have any support runners. Not looking good for New South Wales is right. Is Scottish rugby on the rise? Every time I think it is, they let me down. But I hope so. Is there a way to watch Top League highlights in England? They haven't given the rights to any broadcaster. I'm not sure about the Top League, eh? I only just found out they're going to be showing some of the Top League here in New Zealand. $17-7. Getting pretty hairy looking for the Tars. They're going to defend like that. This could be a bit of a cricket score. think Sansa effectively breaking up could have played a part in these agreements not being reached. There's a lot of content that's been lost due to the South African teams leaving. Yeah, that seems to be a thing, man, that whilst they were still broadcasting these games on Fox, the old agreements were still in place. But now that they've shifted broadcasters, I think new deals need to be made, and they haven't been as yet. But that's weird, though, that they also said the Aotearoa deal hasn't come into place yet. If you live in Europe, you can't watch any Southern Hemisphere rugby without a VPN. I gotta admit, like, I hate paying what I pay Sky for the sports, but they've got Aussie rugby, they've got Kiwi rugby, they've got the Pro 14, they've got the Premiership. Holy crap, the Reds are going to score again. Oh my god, I can't even get through one sentence without them scoring a try. This is absolutely pandemonium. They were already at 17 points after 17 minutes, and they've just scored another bloody try. Are you kidding me? Paisami with the dummy. McRae, and then Dalgunu's away. Oh, Ben, man, how are you containing yourself here as a Reds fan? It's unbelievable. This is mental. This is crazy. It's 22-7, and there's still a conversion to come. Fern just like, do you take issue with the people promoting pirate streams in the chat? I know the chat doesn't allow links, I don't think. I think YouTube blocks the links automatically, but honestly, my attitude is generally, if you've got an official broadcast that you can use and you can afford it, you should probably be paying for it. If you've got a job, you should pay for it. But if you can't legit find a stream, like if there's no legit way for you to watch it, I wouldn't blame you for looking. That series, Chasing the Sun, the Springboks World Cup campaign doco, that was not put on any services until now, and it's already like, what, 6 months old? Outside South Africa. So I watched it from Reddit. Like, I'm not waiting. It's 2020 at the time, man. I'm not waiting. Give me the content now. Let me pay for it. If you don't let me pay for it, I'm taking matters into my own hands. Somebody take my money, is all I ask. Yes, O'Connor is the one doing the kicking, YOLO. And he's kicking pretty well. Stuart Hogg, the best fullback in the world at the moment. He's in pretty bloody good form. I picked him in my dream team ahead of Doolan, which was a big call. Sky really getting behind New Zealand sport. They are sponsoring Aotearoa as well as Wellington Phoenix into breakers, not to mention Sky Sport next YouTube channel for non-professional sport. I don't know about the YouTube channel, but they have to, man. And without Sky Sport, Sky New Zealand would be dead. No one's signing up for the bloody movies. Come on, Taz, you need to get some points, otherwise this game's going to get pretty uninteresting just watching the Reds score tries every 5 minutes. Where's Chasing the Sun being streamed? Something Max? What's going on here? It was Showmax. Showmax. It's not all territories, it's a limited number of territories. UK, Italy, France, Australia, New Zealand, and selected markets. Remember to add the try scorer. Oh, balls. There's too many tries. Thank you, Aileron. Too many tries. Oh, apparently we've lost Facebook. Having trouble streaming to Facebook? Maybe it's your Facebook. Maybe streaming. Please. Just remove it. Boom. Delete on Facebook. Bye bye, Facebook. It's just YouTube now. We've lost Facebook. What have I missed? Documentaries. Yes, I've seen Brighton Miracle. So that one was a film, not a documentary. It's pretty good. It's low budget, but it's pretty good. For a rugby documentary movie, it's probably actually pretty high budget. Chasing the Sun's fantastic. That's really quite well done. That's high budget for a documentary. Marius, man, how is it going? Scrum time. Not ever watching it when Eddie Jones is in it. Honestly, if you watch that Brighton Miracle, you might think slightly better of Eddie Jones. It gives a bit of insight into the man. He had a stroke. I didn't even know that before. Maybe I did, but I didn't remember it. The scrum has gone down. Jonathan, how is it going, man? Ricardo, this game is not televised in the UK as far as I am aware. Brighton Miracle, where did you watch that? I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. Was it Amazon? I get confused because I watched one of the other documentaries on Vimeo. It's on Rugby Pass. Okay, that's good. Another messy scrum. Gordon's taking a tap. Has he gone in for a double? Or is he short? He looks short. You're going to TMO that. TMO. This is regular season, Ricardo. Ethan, how is it going? Gordon's looking to get the Tars back into this game. Scrum went down twice, and I think he just gave a free kick to the Tars. Did he get it down? I don't think so. I think Harry Wilson's got under him. And not Liam Wright, Angus Scott Young. Ethan, I am pretty well. First live stream I've done that's not been like a get up at 4 o'clock in the morning live stream for quite some time. So I'm pretty chuffed with that, to be honest. Is Rob Carney playing? He's playing in the next game. He's playing for the Force. How good was the Highlanders win, Josh? It was close at halftime, right? And then you guys just powered through. TMO says held up, so we get the line dropout. I think that's fair. He looks short. There's no clear, obvious one for that. Have you turned the TV volume down? I did turn the TV volume down, Adam. It's interesting you noticed, because I was live streaming this to Facebook and YouTube, but I got a notification that my Facebook one's gone down. So I can't help but wonder if Sky or Stan or someone has pinged me for stealing their content with their audio. So I turned it down a bit. Are you looking for the Super Rugby Aotearoa? Yes. Yes, I am. What was that short arm for? If I'm not mistaken, James, I think they're not doing a load of scrum resets. I think the ref's got to make a call after a couple. I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Are you actually not allowed to show? I'm not allowed to show anything. It's their copyrighted content, so I can't do nothing. Favorite TV or movie quote? Favorite TV or movie quote? Probably one of the lines from Die Hard, or maybe like Predator, like 80s movies, pretty much. I grew up watching Schwarzenegger and Stallone and Bruce Willis and that kind of stuff, so yeah. Probably something from one of those movies. The game is Australian, so Facebook's at war with the Aussies. Kenneth, that might be it, actually. You might be right. Maybe Facebook's smashing down Australia. Interesting. Oh no, here come the Reds again. This could get messy. The Waratahs have not really been able to stop them from scoring points in their 22. Pitaya, he's close. They've gone 5 phases. Whoa. They're getting pushed back. Do you miss James Lowe's big boot in New Zealand? Yeah, I miss having James Lowe, but as long as he's doing well up north, I'm pretty happy. He's been getting a bit of flack, that's for sure. Reds is doing surprisingly well at line-out time. The Reds are having a good game all round, I think you'd have to say. Apart from those first 2 minutes. Blythe is at halfback, which can't be a good thing. The Waratahs defence flies up. Oh, loose ball. McDermott was the first guy to pounce on it. Who's starting instead of Liam Wright? They've got a back row of Scott Young, McCrate, and Wilson. 6, 7, 8. Penalty to the Reds. Tane would like to retract his comma from earlier. Damn you, Zuckerberg. I know, right? There's a reason why many of us Irish give him flack. He was garbage in the French game. He's got a big boot. He had a lot of kick meters. He was just kicking the hell out of everything. Big old boot. That had to be a tactic. I don't think that was his idea. It's just big old boot. France touring Australia this year. Oh, we'll see how touring goes with anywhere this year, man. Is Michael blaming the ref Checker at the scene? Michael Checker is on the commentary team, or at least the punditry team for Stan Sports, yes. He was given a gig. You know he's a millionaire? Do you know he runs like a successful like clothing label? Or something about clothes, fabric? He's like a legit millionaire who just does this stuff because he loves it. He could just be sitting there watching it instead of wanting to get involved. He's a legit millionaire. Did you see Khaleesi move to the Sharks? I did. They even paid a transfer fee for him, which is incredible because that never happens in rugby. I was tempted to do a video about that, but decided not to. Hopefully he's happy in Durban. There was one moment where he should have fended off a French defender and he should have ran, but he decided to kick it, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, James Lowe playing for Ireland in the Six Nations. Not having the best time of it, it has to be said. Watched Predator last night, funnily enough, after killing someone by pinning them to a wall and throwing a knife to the stomach. Schwarzenegger says, stick around. Yeah, that is a great movie. Predator. That's a classic. I don't actually know if it's a classic or if it's just I grew up with it. and it's like so bad it's good, or I don't know. It just seems like a great movie. Great movie. When I was still dating my wife, I made sure she watched Predator with me. She'd never seen it. She stuck around, so she must be a good woman. Checker isn't a dumb guy, just too stubborn to change. Well, he's a millionaire, so he must be doing something right. One, you either die a hero or you live long. You long enough to become a villain. What movie is that from? I feel like I've heard that before. Here we go, Reds. Cross kick. Too big? Too big. Too big. The Reds are disappointed now. They're not even going point a minute. It's 30 minutes. They're only on 24 points. Best action movie of all time. It's pretty good. You know that part where he meets Dylan? Like, and they have the hand. They're both like just muscled up to hell. And he calls him a son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. And they shake hands, like kind of by half arm wrestling. Like, that used to be my text message when I was in my 20s. My text message sound. Anytime I got a text, it'd be Arnold Schwarzenegger saying, you son of a bitch. Excuse the language. I ain't got time to bleed. That's one of them. Sexual Tyrannosaurus. That's one of the lines. Goodness, man. What's the matter, Dylan? See how you got your pushing pencils? Oh, Predator. I'm going to have to watch Predator. We should do a live stream watching Predator. Predator's a great movie. So I shake hands with my wife, says Kenneth. You son of a bitch. Tars scrum looking weak. Yeah, mate, you might be right as we get back to the rugby. Either that or the Reds are just looking good. The Tars had trouble with the Reds scrum last year as well, to be fair. Why are the Reds going for a penalty? It's interesting. Guess you want to convert that pressure into points. $27-7. Massive uproar here in Ireland to throw Harry Byrne, start Farrell given eventually. I've talked about it a little bit. Andy Farrell's in a difficult position because he's got he's got Italy coming up. Against Italy, he needs to throw in the youngsters. He needs to play Harry Byrne. He needs to play, oh God, who's the lock? Ryan Baird. He needs to play Craig Casey. He needs to play the youngsters. But can you imagine if they mucked it up? Because that Italian side, they've already been playing the youngsters. If anything, at international level, their youngsters have got more experience. Can you imagine if they lost to Italy? But then he's going to lose his job. So he has to get a win, so he's got to play the old boys. But long term, he's shooting himself in the foot. So he's kind of damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. He probably needs to gamble, play the youngsters, and then, knock on from the Tars. Anyway. 5 from 5 from O'Connor. He's having a good night with the boot. The Tars team looking weak. The Tars team on paper was looking pretty ordinary this season, I have to say. Favorite women in Predator when they see the Predator and start shooting the hell out of the forest. Yeah, they fire for a long, long time into the forest. That is true. What do I think of Commando? I haven't seen Commando in such a long time. I'll have to go back and watch it. Commando isn't that good. Predator, though, is genuinely one of those great sci-fi action horror movies. No nostalgia in that either. Yeah, I think Predator's one that holds up. Like, I watched a few movies with my missus years ago when we were dating. And, like, some of them, when I watched them with her, they didn't really hold up. Right? I watched it and I was like, that's not as good as I remembered it being. But Predator, Forget about it. You just described my problem with Eddie Jones. I know, same deal, right? He just refuses. There's so many English players that are coming through as well. Marcus Smith, Don Brandt, the Simmons brothers. Why don't these guys get games? A little bit of rotation is healthy. There's a balance. There's a balance to be had. Anyway. He's making a mess of the World Cup cycle. Mike Cat's out of his depth. The Irish attack looks shocking. It's got to be said. The Tars play this bad against the Force. We could see the Force get a win. I hope so, though, Monday. Not that I want the Tars to play bad. I want the Force to get a win. O'Connor with a kick. Ooh. No. Maybe aiming for a 22-50. Not quite on the money. What's the game time, Jonathan? We're at 34-24. Gladiator has a few good quotes as well. That is true. Terminator is the greatest documentary ever made. Nice. Ronan O'Gara is doing well coaching France, probably the next Irish coach, maybe a bit too early. He does need to get a bit more time under his belt, but he's done the right thing. He's done his time with the Crusaders. He's off in France. He's building that knowledge, right? I think that was a really wise thing for him to come work at the Crusaders. Like so many Kiwi coaches go abroad, come back and do well, right? I don't know if there's that many, but I can at least think of a few prominent ones anyway. Irish Tech won't get better until Carberry comes back and replaces Sexton. I heard he's getting pretty much fit. But to report an assault because the Reds boys are going. I know. The Tars are copping a bit of a battering. Cooney and Burns could make Ireland's attack better. That actually